Hello, everyone. I'm Travis Cronin, Us Weekly's entertainment director, and you are in the Kardashian Corner. The show where we break down all of the drama from the Kardashian-Jenner clan because, their show's on TV, but their news happens in real time. So that's what we are here, breaking it down for all of you. Luckily, I have my two gorgeous co-hosts to help me, talk about this crazy and wild family. Hello, Brandy Robidoux.
Hey, Travis.
Hi. Hey, Nicholas Gonzalez.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. Well, let us talk about the biggest Kardashian news story of the week. Kim Kardashian in her first runway show. Well, her first haute couture runway show. She's done a little sort of Kmart Sears stuff back in 2007, 2009, but she's never walked in a major brand's design label. And she finally got her chance, and we all know how much this must have meant to Kim. It was at the Balenciaga show in Paris for their haute couture week. Balenciaga chose to use some real models, but a lot of celebrities. Dua Lipa was in this show. Nicole Kidman was in this show wearing what people call a burrito dress. And Kim Kardashian was in it looking amazing. She brought Northwest to the show, and Kris Jenner. Northwest was in her in Kanye West jacket that he had worn before. It was an archive piece from Balenciaga. And Kim, you could tell she was dead serious in those eyes. She was really serving it up on the runway. And I think she did such an amazing job. And I'm really happy that, this dream really got to come through for her, especially post 40 years old, walking your first runway show in Paris Haute Couture. It was amazing. What did you guys think of the performance?
I mean, it really is amazing to look at because, we know a decade ago, a brand like this wouldn't have touched Kim with a 10-foot pole. She's just really transformed her image so much. And I think it's really impressive. And this wasn't New York Fashion Week. It wasn't London. This was Paris. It's a big deal. Balenciaga is one of the most respected fashion houses in the world. And yeah, I'm so excited for her.
Do we think her marketing campaign with the brand all this time was a meal ticket to getting into the runway show? No,
I think it's all part of the same check.
Yeah. No, I'm mixed. I'm usually a supporter of Kim no matter what, but I saw her in the runway and I was like, I can see why they don't use celebrities on runways because they're a little stiff, and also it's so distracting. When they had a lot of the models wearing the mask, I see why they have to have that serious face, because you're trying to envision yourself in those costumes, and it's kind of they're almost like human mannequins. And when you see Kim, you just see Kim. It's so striking. Although I will say that she did do a good job keeping that serious face. I feel like other people were doing okay, but she had that nailed. But her walking was a little stiff. I don't know if it was the dress or whatever. But also I think it was the venue, because there were some dresses that weren't fitting through the doorway. And that's got to be that's got to be the most annoying thing ever. You're trying to go through a doorway and you're having to break out of character because the proportions aren't right.
I noticed that.
Yeah, but it's interesting that she's doing this right after the whole Monroe dress controversy. So I wonder if there was a thought in Balenciaga's mind, should we pull her back or do something different? But I don't know. I thought it was all right. I wasn't as excited to see her on the runway as I thought I would be. Maybe because there's already a Jenner on the doing the runways every now and then, so it's not as special as I thought it would have been.
Yeah, well, Balenciaga's whole campaign right now is sort of campy. They use models who are 74 years old. They use plus-size models. They're using actors. It's sort of a way to sort of disrupt and shock the system. But you're right, Kim did that. And you sort of realize why these creepy-looking models are walking down on haute couture, fashion week versus Kim, because you really do see Kim. But at least she wasn't wearing the Nicole Kidman burrito dress, because that was just so strange. Even though I thought Nicole looked amazing, it was really weird. And Kim has really been flexing her working mom muscles, which I think is so great. Last time she was in New York for a whole slew of work things for the launch of her new skincare company. She brought her two sons, Saint and Sam, and we saw them, get kicked out of the Jimmy Fallon audience. We saw them going around with her. She visited Hershey World in Times Square, and then she got to bring Northwest to Paris Fashion Week. And I think it's really, really amazing that we get to see Kim working, jet setting around the globe, but bringing all of her kids and being a working mom. I think it's such a fun way to see Kim. Have you guys been enjoying this new trend of bringing her kids to work days?
I love it. And North looked cooler than cool at the show. Every time I see North, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine being that cool and that stylish at that age. That was not my life when I was that young. But yeah, it's so cool to see North grow up in the spotlight and evolve through the years. And I feel when she was younger, she kind of hated the cameras, she'd be like, no paparazzi. And now I feel she really understands it. And she's so excited to support her mom at these things. And it's really sweet to see.
Yeah, I agree. I think the working mom element is pretty great coming from her. We all know that she has a team that they can easily babysit her kids, and most celebrities will just leave them at home or whatever with a nanny or, a family member to supervise them. But it is nice to see her bring her, they're older now a little bit. She can bring them out. They can have an idea of this experience, because these are experiences that I guess as they get older and they start going maybe into this business, they start to understand if they like it or not, or how to handle certain situations, because they see how their mom is handling it behind the scenes. So yeah, I think it's a good way to keep an eye on your kids, but also educate them.
Yeah, and it's just cool and fun for the kids. Yes, I think North is old enough to be yes, I would love to go to Paris Fashion Week. Well, let us turn the corner to some really sad Kardashian Jenner news, but more Barker news this week. Travis Barker was hospitalized with a pancreatic issue. This was days after he celebrated Father's Day late because, divorced parents. It wasn't actually on Father's Day, but 2 days after he celebrated Father's Day with all of his kids. He was on a gurney. He was looking really, really in pain in all the paparazzi photos and was rushed to the hospital for a pancreatic issue. Again, I'm not a doctor. It's a pancreological issue or something like that. We knew it was an issue with his pancreas. It's sort of a common thing around men his age, apparently, says Wikipedia online. But we heard from a source that Kourtney Kardashian was just stricken with guilt and really are stricken with worry and was just super scared for him, as was the whole family. All of Travis's kids tweeted in support of him, and it was just a really scary time for the whole Kardashian-Jenner clan. Travis Barker has since taken to social media to let everyone know that he is doing better and he is fine, but he said he was in some of the worst pain of his life, and we are just happy that Travis Barker is doing better, but scary time right after his wedding, getting rushed to the hospital. It must not have been fun for anybody involved.
Yeah, the Kardashian curse is kicking in real fast on this one.
Oh my God.
No. It's scary though, because I think he went for to get something removed originally, and then I think he said they didn't have a specialist, so the team nicked something, and then he found out later on that this could have, if he didn't go back and get whatever fixed or patched up, he could have died. It's one of those scary things. It makes me scared to go, when you get something done and I don't know. It is a frightening thought. And thank God, he had the wits to be I'm not going to just be a man and let this pain go. He's all right, I definitely got to get this checked and looked at again, because something is definitely off.
Yeah, but it does seem like he's feeling better now. He was spotted outside his recording studio. It seems like he's slowly but surely getting back to work, being the go-to feature artist on every track ever. And the Kardashians sent him flowers, which was so sweet. I don't know if you guys saw the bouquet they sent him, and he put it in this huge black face. It was very Travis Barker.
It is adorable to see them all, supporting him, and we're glad he is okay. Well, there is, another Travis we have to talk about. Travis Scott. He played his first concert back on July 4th since the Astroworld tragedy, where 10 people were killed and there was a huge stampede during his show. Now, when he was playing this new festival on July 4th, he stopped some fans from climbing up on top of the barricade. Now, Travis Scott shows are known for being very unruly. It's a very mosh pit, heavy environment to be in. And this was really his first time back. Now, as we've talked about on the show before, on the new Kardashian show on Hulu, this is sort of the one piece of news they do not discuss. They talk about Tristan Thompson's paternity scandal. They talk about really all of the hard-hitting issues, but they do not talk about the Astroworld tragedy. So it seems that Travis is back to performing and a little bit more aware of how his fans are and how they are bum rushing each other in terms of safety, and it's nice to see. What did you guys think of Travis Scott getting back to work?
Yeah, it's definitely nice to see. I think that he's doing the best he can do. It's a really tough situation, and I think the shadow is going to follow him for a while. But as a recording artist, you have to keep going and do the best you can. I mean, he's obviously issued an apology, and I think he's doing the right thing by changing the way he approaches live shows and saying, hey guys, we need to settle down. You need to get off the scaffolding. I commend him for trying to put his best foot forward moving forward.
Yeah, it's not going to do you any good in life just to sit back and just not do anything ever because of this situation. I know it's a very tough situation, but he exactly as Brandy said, he's doing the best he can. And also, there's a reason why we have security and everything and experts, creating the barricades in the right way so that way everyone's safe. And he saw people getting up the scaffolding, doing the things that they typically would probably do at a show like his, and he immediately course corrected everything and stopped the crowd from continuing something that could potentially hurt someone or worse. It's also a little easier because if you look at the footage, the venue is a little bit smaller than what his Astroworld was. His Astroworld venue was almost a parking lot versus this was
that tiny Coney Island amphitheater.
Yeah, a quarter the size, and then to see someone above your eye line while you're performing, you can spot that easy. It's not like people in the middle of the crowd. It's not the same experience as what the Astroworld was. So, but he, nonetheless, he still made an effort to go and correct everything. So that you got to commend him on that a little bit, I think.
We definitely do. This Travis sends commitments to all the Travises of the Kardashian family. And I send commitments to Nick and Brandy for helping me host all of this. Thank you guys so much for helping me break down all of the latest Kardashian news here in the Kardashian Corner. And we will be back next week because, as we know, if there's one thing the Kardashian Jenners do, they give us news to talk about. So thank you again, Brandy and Nick, and we will see you next week in the Kardashian Corner.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina Garibaldi, the host of Us Weekly Celebrity Coverage. Don't forget to hit subscribe for the latest celebrity news, tips, and video. And for much more content, make sure you head on over to usmagazine.com, the official home of Us Weekly Magazine.